kind of scared this morning. We're on week 7 now, which means the volume work for this whole week, or this whole wave 3, is 6s, 3x6s after our top single or double. And I've already been through squat this week. I've been through bench this week, and they were pretty hard. Today on deadlifts, my back off sets is 440 for 3x6. It's early in the morning, so I don't know if my body has woken up yet, but it's gonna be one of those where it's gonna take every cell in my body 100% focus to hit that. And before I even get there, I gotta hit 495 for 2. So it's gonna be one of those sessions where if I make it through really good, I'm gonna be really proud of myself, and I'm gonna be super excited for the rest of the day. Or if I don't make it through, I'm gonna be down on myself. That's one thing I learned, man. If you start dwelling in your thoughts, like, damn, it's so early, it's so cold, I'm so tired, the demon will come and take you. But if you start playing in your own world, sometimes it works. Sometimes you're still like, God damn, I'm tired. But if I just shake it up, hype it up, sometimes you just get over it, you know? That's why it's good to have goals though. Like, as much as I want to go like, all right, I'm gonna hit a big PR. I'm gonna be really focused on squats for 6 months. Nothing really kind of locks you in like signing up for a meet. And that's why I wanted to sign up for a meet. Whereas the safer bet, especially with online, is to hit the numbers I want to hit first, then sign up for a meet when I'm really close, because then it guarantees success more. And obviously you want to play the algorithm and the likes, so that's what you want to do. But from my experience, in my heart of hearts, I know once you sign up for a meet, you're really focused. Something's on the line, you know? Sometimes like your friend comes over, you want to go watch a movie, sorry man, I really can't, I really got to get my sleep in. Or sometimes you have those days where you're a little bit tired and you're like, damn, should I take a nap? You're like, but fuck, I got to get my steps in to keep my weight down, fuck it. So you just turn it up a notch just a little bit and you're able to maintain that for the whole 16 weeks. And I can say right now, I'm on wave 3. Week 7. So next week is week 8, which is halfway point. I've been fucking crushing it. My weight's down. I'm at 187 now. So I'm only 4 pounds away. I still got a good 9 weeks to go. So that weight loss is gonna be easy, which even means I could probably bump up my calories going into the meet. I've been doing my rehab, dieting correctly, taking my protein, haven't missed a single training session. Everything's going good, dude.
Danger. Are you really ready? Danger. Are you really ready? Danger.
We got deadlifts first. Today is a deadlift focus day. Got the 495 for a double, then 440, 3 sets of 6s, and then we got accessories, but gotta get through this first. So I loaded up 135 and it smoked it. Obviously it's 135, but the way it moved felt really fucking good. I didn't want to jump the gun because sometimes warm-ups feel good and your top sets don't feel as good. So I didn't want to jump the gun, but I was like, oh shit, I think today's gonna be a good day. Right now, just confirmed it. Hit 405, smoked it on a stiff bar. I'm gonna smoke 495 for sure. Like the top set's gonna be easy. Yeah, good to me. A little bit heavier than I thought it was gonna be, but we got the 2 that we needed. I was like, oh shit, it felt like 550. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, it was smooth though. Oh, that was good. Dude, it was just in my head. Maybe because it's cold or whatever, but that's why whether or not you're on social media, I think it's really important to film your top sets. Because sometimes yourself is not a good judge of RPE, you know? Like that, I felt like a 9 on the first one. I just know I could do more, so I did it again. But had I not already hit 585 last year, I would have cut it there. But then looking at that now, I had like easy 3 more reps. Now, we got 440. Feels like someone turned on my playlist or something. Or one of the playlists I listen to. All right, 440, dude. Two more. God damn. Still technically easy, but god damn. Volume is tough, dude. What I do like though, is once you get the first one out of the way, your confidence is sky high, you know? Like, cool, I got this, I know how that feels. Give myself a good 3 to 5 minute rest, you know? The first one was like, woo! Smoke show, baby, baby. The second one was like, oh fuck, are those my hamstrings? Getting kind of tired. My third one, I was like, why did I wear Chucks today? Because I've been training in flats. So if you're used to flats, you're on the ground. Chucks is technically like a 1-inch deficit, but I was trying to like steeze out, you know? So I was like, man, those flats look whack. Like, I know, flats keep you close to the ground. We all like to lift with them, but we look like dweebs, okay? You look whack, you look like this. So I was like, man, I ain't trying to come back to barbell and lift like a loser. Put Chucks on, paid for it a little bit, but it's all right, I look good, especially in the new, you know what I'm saying, Shadow Collection joggers, the DH Cross hoodie. I look pretty fly, right? Like an old school lifter. Like I've been trained in jail, you know? And then on the 5th one, I was like, oh fuck. And then I was like, I got one more, just hold on, we're like one more, bam, and I finished it. Happy the whole time though, my forearm didn't break down, because that's one thing I really wanted to dial in for this meet, is not yanking, not pulling, pull the slack out, get in good positions. So that's, you'll see like when I was warming up, I do pause deadlifts on the way up to make sure everything is good, you know? have to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. I took a fat shit. I washed my hands and I forgot to dry them. So the straps keep slipping. That's how they re-grip. But goddamn, so happy we're done. All right, gotta keep moving, got squats. So yeah, we just finished the first 2 waves. Each wave is 3 weeks and there's a different focus. Wave 1, all the main sets are 10s. Wave 2, all the main sets are 8s. So we're really trying to build up that muscular endurance and also the recovery. So as we get towards the heavier weights, your body can recover and adapt, and you have the muscular endurance to keep pushing forward. So right now we're like pretty close to right smack in the middle, or wave 3, which is why I'm hitting 6s. And what I like about 6s for someone like me is the endurance has never been my strength. So I'm finally getting towards the rep ranges where I can show and exhibit my strength, but I'm really happy because I would never have been able to hit 6s at 440 had I not done the 10s and the 8s. That's why it's so important to stick to the program, and why the program needs to be thought of. Like if you have a good coach, they'll think of your start and end. Like when's your next meet? How long are you dedicating to this block? That way you're not just kind of going off a whim, you're going off of a structured plan. So this is the beginning of wave 3. I have 440, and the goal is to force my body to adapt. So next week I hit 455, and then next week, the last week of the wave, I should be around 460, 470 for 6s. And if I could end wave 3 at a high note like that, I am super confident I'll pull 6, weigh 183 on a stiff bar. Like I feel pretty confident today actually already. Being able to hit 6s, that tells me I could probably hit 440 for 10, like straight, maybe even 12, you know? Had I not wear stupid ass these shoes, if I just wore like flats. But yeah, that felt really, really good. So now we're moving on to the secondary movement. So today is week 7, day 3. So we just hit the primary lift, which is barbell deadlift, heavy double at 85%, 3x6 at 75%. And if this is your first time running this program, it's pretty important to know what your starting percentages are, your starting maxes are, just like how any coach would. Like they want to know like where you're at right now. And if you're on the fence, I would times it by 90%. So for example, if your last squat was 500, but you haven't hit that in a while, you're on the fence, put in your max at 450. That way you can be safe, you know what I mean? So next we got a pause barbell squat, 3 sets of 3. That'll be way easy because low reps is my jam. So I know I just gotta switch close. Feels so good to squat on flat ground. So my garage has a slight tilt, right? Like every other garage, because you want to drain. So like I feel like I'm doing super high bar. I already have my heels and I'm like this. So like it's been a little bit hard for me to hit depth at home, but I've been still trying to bury it. I don't want to use that as an excuse. Now that I'm squatting on flat ground, I could feel myself like feel so good. That's why I love training here, man. It's fucking dessert. Oh my God, it fucking feels so good. It's like feels like I'm driving a Ferrari, dude. Cause usually it's like this, you know? This like feels sturdy, and I have an actual like power bar. At home, I have one of those all-purpose bars. So it's made for powerlifting and weightlifting and bodybuilding. So it doesn't feel stiff. It kind of has a weird whip, not a whip in a good way. Like this, like when I move, the weight moves. The other one, it's like, it's weird. I'll count that as my first set because I did go pretty heavy on deadlifts, which is why on this program for the accessories, we program it with the RPE so that you have one thing that you have to stick to keep you on track. The other one you can auto-regulate depending on how you feel. Like I just was in a car for 4 or 5 hours yesterday driving here. So I'm making that mental adjustment where I'll start the first set light. That felt like a RP 5 or 6. Should be at a 7, but now that I got that in the groove, I'll bump it up a little bit more. And depending on how this feels, maybe I'll stay here or I'll bump it back down. So we want to keep it where you have some control, but you also want the trajectory that you're following, you know? I leave it in the hands of the judges, big trouble, you know? Can't be no big troubles. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, I wish I paused longer. Oh, there we go. Okay, good. Okay, good. Oh, yeah. So based off what I just saw, I'm gonna make the coach's call to bump the weight down a little bit. A couple of factors I'm considering. One is time. I gotta be out of here in 15 minutes, 7:45. I got JK News I gotta shoot, so one's time. The other one is I buried a pretty heavy pause squat. That's good. The main focus of the secondary lift is for technique, so I don't wanna lose sight of that. So I wanna make sure that I can fully focus on the technique rather than focus on the weight. So that was a good one. Do a back off set that I can move right along. Had I had more time and I could rest like a good 5 minutes, I think I'd be down to take 365 again, but today's primary is deadlift and I got that out of the way. So gotta make those like on the fly adjustments to make sure I maximize my time. So that was a good set right there. Got to bury the depth, longer pauses, which is the goal of the secondary movement. So, you know, a lot of times in the pursuit of strength, people always focus on the strength aspect, right? Like how heavy are you going? But there's so many other aspects to getting strong. Your muscle stability, your range of motion, your mobility. If you went wider, slightly wider on sumo, could you pull more? Hypertrophy, building a bigger muscle. And if you train like how I used to, I would max out on each one. That's the wrong way. Each modality has its own goal and focus. So now as a more experienced lifter, I know to do that. So for this, it's technique, focus on technique. So now we got kettlebell swings. This is our primary lift accessory, meaning it's the main accessory to help what is most commonly the biggest problem of this lift. So today specifically, we're doing deadlifts, and where do people usually get stuck? At lockout, which is why we got kettlebell swings to train the hips, to move explosively, squeeze the glutes in a manner that has a similar motor pattern to, boom, deadlifts. Like I think it's good in the off season to do like hip thrusts or glute bridges and stuff, especially if you want to build that booty. But the closer you get to a meet, and for us 16 weeks is actually not that long, you want to be as motor pattern specific as possible. So if we're going to be locking out like this, we want to train the glutes like that. So we could either go kettlebell, or we could have also programmed like cable pull-throughs. But I like the kettlebell portion of it because it is more of a free weight. Whereas the cables, you can't really explode too hard because they'll just make everything fly all over the place. So I got these bad boys. And it's been helping me out. One of the reasons I noticed that like I like to yank on the bar before is because the speed off the floor helps me lock out. Now that I'm more patient off the floor, I need to be able to separate the two. So being able to focus on an explosive lockout allows me to have the confidence to pull it slowly up. What's cool about these is the resistance is higher at the top, right? Because it's a band. So as you pull, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher. So it forces you to explode at the top end of the movement. And also it's easy to set up anywhere because hamstrings is hard to train. So this is easy to set up in a garage gym, in a living room, at a regular gym. So I like this as a very universal hamstring movement. And it's beneficial in different rep ranges. You could do 20 to 30 reps if you want recovery, if you want to build tendon strength. If you just want to train hypertrophy, then right now in this wave, it's about 10 to 12 reps. And if it's too easy, instead of finding another band, you just go further. So I usually like to start a little bit close, then a little bit further, and then my last set will be the furthest. Last but not least are hanging leg raises. And I love programming hanging leg raises on a lower body day, especially deadlifts, because deadlifts is a hip hinge movement, right? So you're really, really focusing on building your lower back, your erectors, and getting your hips to extend. And then there's a tendency for our powerlifters, if you look at them, they're walking like this all the time. They're like overarched, out of position, and that's how you develop problems like sciatica, which I've had twice. So what I like about hanging leg raises, it forces you, if you do them right, to tuck your pelvis underneath your sternum. So you're putting your body back in position. Not to mention, there is spinal decompression properties because as you're like controlling it, lowering it back down, and you bring it back up, you're actually opening up your spine. So it evens out all the work that we're doing here. We even it back out in this way. And by doing those, it has kept me healthy for over a decade. If sometimes you can't feel your pelvis tuck in, another variation that I like to do too is, obviously this is easier, where it's just knees to chest. Oh my bad. Obviously, let's start all over. So if you guys can't feel your pelvis tucking underneath your sternum with a hanging leg raise, like this, another variation to try is just knees to chest. It's an easier cue where you're up here and you can just tuck it like that. And then once you get the hang of that, you could even do a mix of both, which is something I like to do when I'm more in my athletic phase of training, where you can be like this and then like this. And the reason why I like that is, especially with kickboxing, where standing here, sometimes you check and then sometimes you kick. So I like the mixture of mimicking how I'm gonna use it. So right now, I'm more in a powerlifting mindset. So I really focus on whatever I can get to feel my pelvis tuck, squeeze the abs where I need, that's what I do. But then later on, if I'm getting back more into like kickboxing and stuff, you'll see me do way more of these kinds, because see that? See, this is a very important cue. You'll see how my ass curls underneath the sternum, and that's where you get the most benefit, where you almost want to have this motion. See how the pelvis tilts under? That's where you're gonna get the most benefit, and also working like the deep abs, where it almost connects to your bratwurst. That's where you wanna work. And then that where it provides a lot of intra-abdominal pressure when you squat. You got strong core. It's literally the middle of your whole body. So it connects you when you squat, bench, deadlift, everything. So that's how you wanna do it. It's not just about the legs, it's about the whole hip hinging underneath. But that's it for today's workout. If you wanna get strong with me, this exact program that I'm running to try to hit an elite total is available. Go to barbellbrigade.com, Get Strong series, and we also just dropped our shadow collection. You can get this sick ass shirt, these joggers, I know it's cold as fuck. You can get all of that at barbellbrigade.com. See you guys next time. Peace.